Alright, so in the last 30 days, we generated $80,000 in cash collected for a trading coach starting from complete zero. We literally took his offer when he had nothing, when he was making $0 per month, had no sales team, had no systems in place, and we now have generated multiple six figures for him. Or another client we're completely managing went from 10 to 50K in a single month. And all of this was done with the same exact content system that I'm gonna show you in this video. I'm gonna break down A to Z, like I'm not gonna gatekeep anything. This is the exact stuff that clients pay me thousands of dollars for, so they might get mad at me. And if you're a coach stuck between 5 and 30K months, then this video is for you, because what I'm gonna show you is how to engineer a content system that moves people from, oh, I don't know who you are, to, hey man, here's my $5,000, just send me the payment link, I want to buy your mentorship in the fastest way possible. So just take a really quick look at your buyer journey. If you're selling a coaching program, which obviously I hope you are, if you're a growth operator or if you're a creator, obviously you're gonna know what it is. But if you're not running a coaching business, click off this video. So let's say that you're scaling a coaching business now and you currently run a coaching model and you're looking to land more clients. When was the last time that you actually took a second to put yourself in your prospect's position and ask yourself, what is my buying journey? If you do not know what your buying journey is to your prospect, how can you ever expect them to pay you? You're never gonna really understand what gets them to give you money. So in this video, what I'm gonna do is I'm basically gonna show you how to have a lead enter your content system by Monday, where they don't really know who you are, to going throughout the whole week. And as long as you have the proper sales process and conversion process, by the next Monday they are gonna have already paid you. So obviously this is the goal of a really good content system. Before I continue, I run an agency. We scale multiple coaching offers to multiple six figures. So if you're stuck between 5 and 30K months and you want the same exact content templates that I give to all my clients, just booking a call through the link below. It's a completely free one-on-one application call with me. I'm gonna just take a look at your current content and let you know exactly everything that you're doing wrong so that you can eventually fix it. So link is below if you're interested in it. But let's get into the video. The first category that I really wanted to break down in this video was educational content. So we all know what educational content is. I'm sure that you have already seen these Miro kind of style videos. And why do you want to post education content? Because the goal of it is to be seen in your marketplace as someone that's valuable, as someone that is an expert in their field. There are hundreds of people selling the same offer as you. Value content is how you actually differentiate yourself and how you like tell people, hey, I'm actually legit, I know what I'm talking about. Because let's say that this mountain here is your niche, you want to be the guy at the top. And also when you give value, it's always gonna increase trust, because who wouldn't want to get some free value, right? So obviously in a market so big where basically almost every guru looks the same, you cannot differentiate yourself if you're not posting consistent educational content. And educational content is not the content that is gonna get you the most views, but is the only piece of short form content that is gonna actually convert people and actually make them believe in you. So there are two different styles of educational content that you want to be posting. The first one is value style, the second one is problem solution. What do I mean by value style? So as an example, for me, value style would be, oh, this content strategy made me $80,000 in a month. For a trader, it could be, oh, this trading system made me 20K in a month. Or this way of running e-com ads made me 100K on Black Friday, or whatever. Why is it so big? So what you want to do is you want to give value to the point where at the end of the video, the prospect can go ahead and use it on their site. They're going to start testing it. And if they're not really experienced, if they're beginners, obviously they're going to have to go ahead and check out your YouTube channel for more in-depth videos that actually break it down. So you see how we're basically sending them to the long form content, which is even better because then they're gonna get nurtured even more and they're gonna consume even more time of our content. So it's a great way to just make them test what you're teaching them. And in order to create proper educational content, you wanna ask yourself, how can I provide as much value as possible in a very clear way in just a matter of 60 to 90 seconds? And how much value you provide dictates how you're perceived and how you're seen in your niche. Gurus selling e-com, selling trading, selling freelance brand scaling, I don't know why it came on top of my mind, are hundreds. And the only way that you're gonna stand out between all these people is by actually showing them that you know what you're talking about, that you're not just selling a course. There's a lot of mid content out there right now, which has the only purpose to sell you. But when you actually give real value, people are gonna feel it. They're gonna be like, wow, maybe this guy doesn't just want to sell me a mentorship. He actually wants to help me. So this is why value content is fundamental. What I really recommend doing, which is something that I have all my clients do, is just get a clipper and have him chop off your longer form content, your microboard videos, your value videos, and just have him start to chop off your content. So let me show you an example. I'm gonna blur the name and everything, but so let's go into the reels. You see how literally all this content is just long form content, made it into reels. We took this from a testimonial, we took this from a vlog, we took this from a vlog, we took this from a microboard, so that the creator doesn't have to spend hours creating this educational content, and they can only focus on YouTube. And then the clipper, which by the way you can find really cheap clippers, if you need them just DM me, are just gonna take the content and post it as reels. So the second type of value content that you have is problem solution, and this one is actually my favorite because this is where you provide one simple problem to a really common solution. I know it sounds easy, but you never want to go broad with the problem that you're solving. So let me make an example. A problem that your audience might have, or that for me, my audience might have, is inconsistent revenue. Why do they have inconsistent revenue? It's because they probably have the wrong content strategy, which is getting them the wrong leads, and it's either giving them no leads or the wrong ones, which are unqualified. So you see how we want to go deeper. And then you want to showcase 1, 2, or 3 main solutions for that one specific problem. You want to keep it in a very niche specific problem so that you could provide niche specific solutions, like solutions tied to your unique mechanism, where you teach your unique mechanism. Because obviously the target audience for this style of content is going to be people already doing what you teach. Let's say that you're a trading coach, this is going to be for people already trading, or an ecom, this is going to be for people already in ecom. Because obviously people cannot have ecom problems if they don't run a store themselves. Like, how is someone gonna have problems running ads if they don't even do ecom in the first place, right? Now I'm gonna make an example to really show you how to layer down your problem and how to go really deep into your audience's pain point. So let's say that one of my clients is getting objections on his sales calls. Obviously that is gonna end up in him losing deals on the sales calls, which is the main problem, right? You might think that's the main problem. So 3 solutions that I could give to him is how to handle those objections in the first place, how to have proper objection handling during the call, or how to handle those objections before they come up on the call. Or last solution could be, oh wow, then you should check data to avoid objections. And obviously, if he doesn't implement any of these solutions, he's gonna have inconsistent or slow months, which is a bigger problem, even bigger, of him losing deals on the sales calls. Because obviously this problem itself doesn't mean nothing. The real problem is him making no money. And before that, if you want to go deeper, he doesn't know what content works. So basically, when you call out their exact problem, they're gonna be there, oh wow, let me listen 1 second. And if you give a proper solution, they're gonna obviously test it out, they're gonna implement it, they're gonna try and see if that works. Because how you want to kind of structure this video is, hey, if you're getting objections on your sales calls, I made $1 million from info, blah, blah, blah. The best solution that fixed this problem for me was X, Y, and Z. And they're gonna listen to you because you have the authority since you talked about results. And they're obviously desperate to fix that problem. They wanna fix that problem so bad. So they're gonna implement what you're teaching them anyways. And 90% of the times, they're gonna go to your YouTube to fix even more problems or to find a better explanation to the solution that you gave them on that reel. You feel me? And fixing all of this is gonna get you way more leads and it's gonna make you way more money. This is how your brain has to operate when creating value content. And the goal of this is we wanna make them understand that we are the experts in our industry. That guy is the person that I'm gonna go to every time I'm struggling with something. Because if he was able to actually help me in the first place, the first time with this problem, then if I have another problem, I'm gonna go back to him because he's the guy that knows stuff. He's the guy that knows my problem and knows how to fix them. And you solving their specific problems and provide value up front means that they will come to you every single time, no matter what. Let's say that you're struggling with something and you don't have a proper DM setting process in your coaching business. You're gonna watch the video of the guy talking about how to solve that. And then you fix the problem thanks to his solution. And then if you have another problem, you're gonna go always back to him because you know that he is the guy that actually fixes problems, that knows what he's talking about and that has the solution. So I'm always gonna come back to him. You know what I'm talking about? You get the psychology behind it. So now the second category is credibility content, because credibility is at an all-time low. And as I was saying earlier, the market is huge, and if you have no differentiation, you're gonna fail every single time. It's gonna be impossible for you to scale to 50 or 100k per month, and the only way to do that is to target the psychology behind your consumers. And credibility content is the most intentional content to increase trust and fear of missing out in prospects as much as possible. So you have two styles of credibility content. Obviously, you have the testimonials and you have the case studies. The goal here is to have a very catchy hook and a very catchy title, obviously. So if it's a case study, you could say how I went from 0 to 100k in 30 days using this X strategy. But if it's a testimonial, you could say how this 20 years old went from 0 to 10k per month in 90 days, blah, blah, just whatever. But the actual copy is what matters the most in this content, because you want to describe the current situation that is relevant to the prospect watching. So let's say that you have a reel getting 2,000 views. So obviously out of those 2,000, you have your total views, your gym follower views, and your ICP. And let's say that out of those 2,200 people that watch these reels are actual ICP, and you want to trigger those 200 people, because if you're able to trigger someone and maintain their attention, that's where you're gonna be making like mafia money with your coaching business. I'm not even kidding. And case studies are so important because you want the prospect to visualize themselves going through the exact step-by-step process that you usually have your students go through. Like obviously a case study is literally you showing undeniable proof of how the process of going from 0 to 100 is gonna look like. So that's why they work so well, because the prospect can actually visualize himself going through that whole process, going through the early struggles, going through the first wins, and eventually scaling. So the kind of messaging that is behind this content is, I know what I'm talking about. If you work with me, here's what it's gonna look like. And you do it through case studies and through testimonials of students that had success with you. And when you describe the process, it builds trust and they can visualize themselves going through a very similar framework. So if an objection of a guy might be, oh, I don't really know how the process is gonna look like. I don't really know what happens after I join your program, so that's why I'm not buying. And that's why you have these videos showing the exact process of going from point A to point B. So I make the A to B bridge example every single one of my videos, so I'm not gonna do it here too. But posting credibility content where you talk about your results, your testimonials, and all that stuff is key in order to build trust and to make the prospect visualize and see himself going through the journey of becoming successful in whatever you teach. Could be trading, could be ecom, doesn't really matter. Now, let's move on to the third category, which is authority. And if you're not posting authority content, you're gonna get a lot of broke people into your DMs, like into your funnel, not even just DMs. And your perceived value is gonna be super low, to the point where people don't really see the value of in giving you thousands of dollars. And as I was saying, you're gonna attract low quality buyers who do not wanna pay anything more than $1,000 because the perceived value is gonna be so low. So simple stuff. How do you post authority content? What's authority content? Is showing yourself in a nice location. You see here, we're showing my client in Dubai, or showcasing the work that you do with your clients, like the value that you're dropping them. This is a sales asset that we send after someone books a call, showcasing like significant milestones in your journey. All this stuff is stuff that increases your premium positioning and your perceived value, to the point where people know that by following your process, by joining your mentorship, they can get there. So let's say that they know the price point is $3,000 if you're selling a lower option, $3,000, but they have the opportunity to make way more money and to live the lifestyle that you live, that your students might be living. So that's why you always want to make sure that you're showing not only the method, the value, but also where the method that you teach got you, where the unique mechanism got you, and the lifestyle that you're living with it. Because to be honest, people don't really care about they don't really care about the vehicle itself. They don't really care about all the features in your program. They only care about where the program is gonna get you, where those features are gonna get you. This example is for biz up offers, but let's say that you're selling a fitness offer. Obviously, you wanna show how being jacked changed your life. You wanna show how being in shape changed your day-to-day tasks, just gave you more confidence, which are obviously things that people wanna feel every single day, especially if they're fat, especially if they're not in the position that they wanna be in. So this is key. Now let's move on to category 4, which is posting relatable content, because posting relatable content is the number one way to increase your likability and your personality. You got two different styles. I mean, you got plenty, but the main two are storytelling, so just talking about whatever, and personal content, like your morals, your passions, your hobbies, and values that people can attach to you. So what we do as soon as someone buys our clients' programs is we have a type form asking multiple different questions, and one of those questions is, what do you like? Like, what are your hobbies, blah blah blah. And they might say, I go a lot to the gym, I'm Christian, I like spending time with my kids. So we make content related about it. So because I can, like, the stupidest example I could make is Asian coaching, guys. Asian coaches are 90% gonna have a lot of Asian people in their program, because I don't know, they feel more connected between them. It sounds stupid, but it's just a fact. So could be for you, it could be like you're Christian, you're really religious. You could talk about how religious you are, how it changed your life, what's your goal. Passion could be, I really like playing football or whatever. Hobbies and your goals, like everything that you wanna talk about that affects your personal life. You just wanna talk about it because people are gonna relate to you. And they're gonna be like, wow, this guy is really being transparent. This guy is really, really, really opening up with me about his life. And we have a lot of things in common. I should probably buy from him because we understand each other. And you always wanna have all of these 4 categories in place in order to scale to big numbers and to have someone go from, oh, I don't know who you are, to just send me the payment link in literally maximum 7 days. If you don't have all of these four working together, it's basically impossible, right? By the way, let me get a little bit more into authority and relatable, because I just feel like I haven't dropped proper value on them, like proper actionable value. So, and obviously I want to expose everything I know. So as I was talking about storytelling and sharing morals earlier, why do you want to storytell? Because you want to be able to tell your stories as much as possible. You know, that is stuff that sells. You want to talk about how you went from wherever you started to where you are now, and how you were able to do so. And this is a way for people to hear the ambition that you had, the struggles that you had to go through, everything that you went through on your success journey. And then when someone like hears that story multiple times, they feel like they know you and they like you. And also, that's something that people cannot copy. That's something that is gonna differentiate yourself, because your story is unique to you. No one can copy that. So people are gonna remember it and say, wow, this guy really went through that story, and they start to follow you on your own journey. They feel connected to you, they feel a part of your journey. And if you're able to do this, you're gonna have an audience that is so loyal to you because they really like the story that you have. And if your story can be relatable to your prospect story, that is when you make so much money with your coaching business. So that's why it's really, really key to have both personal content and storytelling in place. And for the authority content, showcasing the work that you do with your clients in a premium setting. And this is like an attention specific style of content, because I have my clients speaking about the results in the background. So not only am I able to establish authority, but at the same time I establish credibility because I have clients doing the work for me. They're telling the cameras all the results that I've been able to generate while showcasing the authority. So by having these kind of videos, what happens is you increase your premium positioning and your perceived value, and you're able to differentiate yourself within the industry by indirect superiority. You feel like every style of vlog content that you see online has a goal. It's not just being posted out there randomly. And that's what kind of sense you want to give to your vlogs and in general. That was pretty much the A to Z content breakdown that we're implementing for every single one of our clients. That is making them everywhere between 50 and 100K per month. If you're looking to implement any of these systems and you want to scale your info offer and you want to add 30 to 50K per month, just book in a call through the link below. It's 100% free. On that call, I'm just gonna drop a ton of value. So if you're someone looking to scale your info offer to 50 or 100K per month, just click that link below. Or if you're not ready for a call yet, DM me on IG or on X. I know that on IG sometimes it has a problem where people cannot DM me. So worst case, just DM me on X or shoot me a follow. I'll follow you back. But if you're looking to implement any of these systems and you're a coach stuck between 5 and 30K per month, or if you're just a growth operator who has clients but that really doesn't know how to fulfill their offer and just wants to scale, book in a call through that same link. Apart from that, appreciate you for checking out this video and see you in the next one, boys.